Tennessee review. Today we're at the East Tennessee History Museum. And if we come over here to this side, you can see a woolly mammoth. It's a really cool woolly mammoth, and I feel like these are fake bones. Let's go inside. What is a red panda? Oh, it tells us that's a red panda. Oh, there's a really blue thing. Yo guys, do you see that? That's a real skull of a prehistoric animal.
Oh yeah, look, you can dig like they did. Let me take a picture. This is how they did.
Come on, Grace, Caitlin, you aren't going to say hi? What do you have, bub? What is that?
It says these things where you flip them up and it shows you an animal. Like right here's an elk. This is a bison. Here is a
Carolina parakeet.
Carolina parakeet. A
Passenger pigeon.
a passenger pigeon. A mountain lion. I don't think I can hit this one. I just need to try. It's super hard. Because it doesn't have like that.
Yeah, it's broke.
Yeah, it's broke. Oh, there's a red wolf. That one is a red wolf. And then there's like a little TV right there. And then we can kind of like here. But I don't feel like we would do that today.
What's over here?
There are some cool skeletons, you guys. There are some cool skeletons. This is really cool.
Yeah, this is how they measure geography. This is what they call a topo. So you can change the different heights and you get different colors for the height. See? So if you make a really big high one, watch this, it'll turn red. See?
Look at this.
Now smash it. Smash the big red mound.
Oh, it's gonna be blue.
Cause that's the water, right?
Here, bud, put your face in it.
Wait, lean back up against it.
Okay, let's continue.
That's how an engine works.
This is how an engine works.
Or you're building up compression, and then you can put these bottles in here and shoot them up through the tube. Now hit that green button. Whoa!
That's cool.
All right, pump it up. Get a lot of pressure on it.
I'm getting a lot of pressure on it.
Okay, now hit the green button.
This is the chicken's foot.
You can make a paper rocket.
Oh, that's a paper rocket. Now that's sweet. Two at a time, though. I get one.
Here, bub, do it.
Oh wait, I didn't do that.
Here, do it right here. Holy cow. The bottle blew out of the car.
Paleontologists use every day on the field. Do you guys know what this is?
It's a toothbrush.
I'm so glad you know what this is. I talked to some kids today that smell like they don't. So this is really good.
That thing is really easy.
How about this? What's this?
That is a tool that's...
It's a pick.
It's a pick.
Yeah, it's like a dental pick. So we have all these teeth tools, mostly because teeth are the most common fossils found in the earth. Do you guys have any idea why?
Because they're stronger than bones and we need them to chew.
That's a very good guess. Yes, they're some of the strongest bones in our body. That definitely helps.
Because every animal has teeth.
Yes, and we have baby teeth that fall into our life, so more teeth are going to fall out. But also, they're really absorbent. Have you seen somebody who drinks too much coffee or soda and their teeth change colors because of that?
No.
That's almost exactly what fossils are. If you place coffee with dirt and clay and limestone, they absorb the mineral water and harden over time, so they can last for millions of years. And yeah, that's why teeth are also the most common. Plus, what can teeth tell us about an animal?
If it's a meat eater or a plant eater.
Yes.
Like a T-Rex and a Triceratops. A Triceratops has hundreds of teeth to chew plants.
Well, that's a good, but do you guys think we have any dinosaurs here at the Great Fossil Site? No, unfortunately not. All this stuff is 4.7 million years ago, and dinosaurs died 60 million years before that. So there's a pretty wide gap between them and us. We have a lot of prehistoric mammals though, like mastodons and giant sloths and wolverines and saber-toothed cats, like Ice Age stuff. Here's the brain buster. How do we get fossils out from the ground and into our lab?
We have to dig them up.
Yeah, we dig them up, but how do we get them inside? Do we carry them in our shirt like this?
No,
and
we
no?
had to get a car to carry them.
We could do a cart.
If it's big.
So yeah, sometimes they're really big. One way to do it is these things called plaster casts. If we are digging and we find something really cool in the ground, like this turtle shell, we build a plaster cast around the general shape, put around it, and carefully scoop it up so we can take it inside. Sometimes, like right here, they're so big, we need to get a whole tow truck to pull it out. This was the tusk of our mastodon. We nicknamed him King Tusk, because he's the size and weight of a sarcophagus. Look how teeny tiny those scientists are compared to the tusk.
Yeesh, them little.
Yeah. And that's just a single tusk of this guy. He's huge. But what if we can't find any fossils on the ground? Like, what if there's not something big coming out like this? There probably still are fossils in the dirt. But how do we get those inside? How do we sort them from the dirt? You guys have any ideas? Well, we use this technique called water screening. That's a lot like when you pan for gold or jewels. See, have you kids ever played Minecraft? Paleontologists, when they start, dig in a grid-like formation, very similar to the game Minecraft. And that's because they fill these 40-pound bags of dirt, and they see we have these coordinates on them, so we can go back to them later. So if we're like digging, and we sift this dirt, and find something really cool, like a red panda skull inside of it, we can go back to that exact spot to find some more bones of that animal. And that's why we can only dig during the summer months. Because we sift and sift, and we need to leave it out in the sun to dry. And that hot sun cracks open the dirt and exposes the fossils. After sifting it 10 or even 15 times, this 40-pound bag turns to a sandwich-sized Ziploc baggie of fossils. Are fossils usually in like one piece when we find them on the ground? No, almost never. So how do we put them together? It's like a whole puzzle. How do we?
It's like we have to not glue them, but you have to use some tools to put them together.
Yeah, but like, we have a fancy kind of glue. It's called bootvar, but it's spelled like buttvar. Here, hold it and pass it around. Be gentle. We use this to hold the weight of bones. So let's say we find a saber-toothed cat, right? We find its powerful jaws and its shoulder blades. But we can't find the spine, so there's no way to hold it together. With bootvar, we can hold it together so it looks like Spider-Man's webbing it up. And another cool thing is it disappears without a trace. So while we're digging, if we find those joints, we can use nail polish remover to make all the bootvar disappear and click the pieces in to build together the puzzle. I think that just about does it for this cart. We're about to go outside, and I've got some fossils here. Do we have some responsible kids that want to hold on to some fossils? All right, who wants the mastodon tooth? Your hands go the highest. Who wants a turtle shell? You can have that. And we got a red panda skull. You want a red panda? Red pandas are cute.
Wait, we can actually keep these?
No, I'm just gonna hold on to that for the tour.
I was just kidding.
Okay, well, hold on to that. We'll come back to it. We're gonna head outside.
Always gotta try. You never know.
This is a mastodon tooth.
But no,
It's really big and it's a really big male.
we'll take it quickly. We'll try to keep this quick. It's fine. Now, it wasn't 5 million years ago, but other fossils did roam the earth, like Tony Hawk and NSYNC and Britney Spears. It's okay. Anyway, back then high schoolers wanted a road to easily get to their school through here. And when they're doing the construction site, they walk across animal remains. If you find remains of any kind, those are automatically protected. You've got to stop. Because it's animal remains, you found something really cool, like the fossil site. If it's human remains, you find an Indian burial site, then you have to stop. But it was so rich in fossils, just digging away into the bulldozers, already were finding bones. When we took the foundation of this building, all that stuff had a whole bunch of fragile bones inside. Can you hold up that? So our red panda was found the foundation of this very building. We found a nearly complete skeleton down there. But because the dirt was so moist and so close to the surface, it's one of our most fragile fossils. Keep in mind that these animals are 5 million years old. So if they're in the wrong condition for too long, they'll just turn to dirt. All right, we're good. So if you look over there, we can kind of tell where more fossils are based on the elevation of the land. The higher stuff is more organic material in the soil, and the lower stuff doesn't. If you see some of those places that are covered off, those are places we used to dig, but have since stopped because we haven't found so many fossils. Over there's a cat pit, where we found some saber-toothed cats. You guys might know them as saber-toothed tigers, but the same way Pluto is no longer considered a planet, they're no longer classified as saber-toothed tigers, because they can be a whole variety of different cats. And there's our turtle pits. We found several dozen new species of turtles. You can hold that one up. His name is Old Stinky, because he was found next to some fossilized poop. You can put it down. I just wanted to do that to you. All right, let's go inside.
That is so funny.
Thank you. How would you like to be fossilized and found next to some poop? And now humans, for the rest of time, were known as stinkies. Let's keep going. So that's the perk of working here. You can name the animals. So many things became fossils because they'd sink inside the water, and that sinkhole would fill up all the mineral water. Remember, like the teeth that had too much coffee? And over time, all that would be fossilized. But not just animals, tons of plants too. Nuts, pollen, bark of tree, a whole ecosystem is preserved here thanks to this huge water reservoir. All right, so here we got our 3 main dig pits. Over here is our rhino pit. Does anybody want to take a wild guess what we find in our rhino pit? Yeah.
A prehistoric rhino.
Wow, you're really smart.
And I think of the giraffes.
But not just one. We found 5 complete skeletons of rhinos in here, which is nothing short of miraculous in the field of paleontology. But not only that, one of the rhinos we found are so small, it still was a baby inside its mother's tummy.
Oh, that's cute.
Over here is our mastodon pit. Again, anyone want to take a wild guess when we find our mastodon pit? Yeah. Yes! You know, if these guys are naming new species, they should probably be better namers of things. I don't know. Anyway, the traffic cone is about where his head was. His body reached all the way back to that pillar of limestone. This guy was huge. When we first dug him up, we thought he was 55 tons. But as we're piecing together, we realized he's not as dense, and he's only 35 tons. Do you guys know how much a ton is? How much?
It's like pounds that.
No, how many pounds is in a ton? How many pounds is in 1 ton?
It's 2,000 pounds.
So 2,000.
So 35 tons is 70,000 pounds.
Now that's a
Yeah, that's a lot you gotta eat every day. This guy was also a new species because he had tusks coming out of his bottom jaw as well as tusks around the side. So he looks like a big, hairy forklift. This place is so dense with fossils though, we're trying to piece them together. And it's almost a problem because while we're piecing him together, we find more parts of other completely unrelated mastodons. So we've now found 3 other mastodons in the same pits. And over here is our mulch pits, which is our nice way of saying nothing else is as big as 5 elephants or a whole mastodon. What are some of you guys' favorite animals? Yeah.
Dinosaurs?
We don't have any dinosaurs here, I'm sorry. But we do have alligators. And alligators are cool because they're what we call living fossils. They haven't changed at all in 5 million years. Some animals, like our rhinos, have changed a lot. Back then they were shorter, wider, heavier. Some of them didn't even have horns. And some people think they used to live in the water too. The alligators are exactly the same. They're like your friends that still listen to the same music and have the same friends and haircut that they did back in high school. What's your favorite animal? A sloth. We found a new species of ground sloth here. That's a giant ground sloth. He's about 4 feet tall and will walk on the ground. We also found a new species of flying squirrel that's about 4 feet long. The world's oldest discovered wolverine was found here, and he had like more primitive haunching proportions. That red panda's a new species, so is that mastodon, that turtle you're holding. What's your favorite animal? A wolf. Yeah, we found wolves here. We found wolves. We found tons of frogs and waterfowl recently. In fact, you know some birds can just swallow stones to help their digestion? Even that stone has been preserved and fossilized here. Yeah. In our short time digging here, we found over 200,000 different plants and over 100,000 different animals. Do you guys have any other favorite animals you want to ask about?
Mastodon?
Yeah, mastodons. We already talked about that guy, how big he was. Anybody else?
Actually, I think I know. I think I have another.
Yeah.
Woolly mammoth!
Woolly mammoth. Well, those are pretty similar to mastodons. I don't think we found any woolly mammoths. It's mostly been mastodons. Yeah.
Dogs and cats?
We found the wolves, and we already have the saber-toothed cats over there. But the cats are cool because we have some wild cats that are living here today. And it's crazy to think about the ground they're walking on. There used to be saber-toothed cats 5 million years ago. Because this watering hole is so big, animals would migrate over the land bridge to get over here. So some animals you wouldn't think would be in America, like horses and red pandas, and managed to come over here through that way. Any other animals you guys want to ask about?
There's camels here, right?
Yeah, we have found a camel here.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's really weird what you find here. It's like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, horses,
stupid.
camels, things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of stuff that's supposed to be in Africa now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and seriously, no other animals? Lions? Like I said, saber-toothed cats no longer tires because they kind of resemble like lions or mountain cats and a whole spectrum of different cats. It's interesting to see how, like, as we find more bones, we're able to get a better picture of what they are. And sometimes just a single bone can identify as a new species. One of the animals we found here was a badger. But we know it's a new species just because his molars are different. He had big, pointy molars that let him chew like hard nuts and meat, which no other badger at the time had that ability. So he's a new species. Any other animals? Okay, we can go over here then. I don't want to be in the drizzling rain any longer than you guys have to, so. So this place is incredibly dense and rich with fossils. And because the Miocene era isn't a usually documented fossil time period, a lot of the animals we find here are new species. So it's such a great sight, we're almost paranoid. If you see all these bags, this is actually a 5-year backlog of fossils. So that way if something happens and we get robbed or, I don't know, there's a flash flood and all these fossils get destroyed somehow, we still have 5 years of material we can use and research for the future. This isn't a hot summer mode, obviously, but if it was, you could see people working and screening right here, and they've laid out all of their findings right here, so it'd be cooked in the hot sun. Every fossil we find here, we also track with GPS technology, so we can track exactly how animals migrate and where we found them in the site. Do you guys have any more questions? No? Great group. All right, let's go inside. We can look at their lab. Paleontologist lab. They're currently working on the mastodon, as I said. Here you can see the hip bone of the mastodon and some of its legs. If you look inside, you can see the boot var. Remember the glue that's holding it together like spider webs?
Oh yeah, I see them.
And there's some leg bones on that table over there. And that pile of dirt next to that Lowe's bucket is the skull they're trying to piece together. And that black bag is another leg that they're piecing. Let's go over here. Here we've got some fragments of teeth. Their day is completed now on that desk. And there's the second tusk right there on that cubby. If you look back there, covered up are a whole bunch of microscopes. That's because most fossils we find are actually microfossils. Either because they're broken off bone fragments, they're tiny animals like fish and birds. We usually think of big animals like dinosaurs and mastodons, but usually they're teeny tiny fragments like that. If you saw that in your yard, could you tell that was a fossil?
Nope.
Well, that's why you gotta go to college to be a paleontologist. But you can tell because see how there's like spongy holes in it? That's what mammal bones look like. Tons of bones have different sort of feelings to them. Like bird bones are hollow. If you snap them open, they're really brittle, and you can see inside. And some reptiles, like alligators, have bones like tree bark, so you can crack it open to be rings, showing how old it is. And here we have some tapirs. Remember I said we found over 100,000 different animals here? Well, over 160 of them are individual tapirs. We are the world's largest tapir site, in fact. Take a look at this animal. Can you guess what its closest living relative is?
An anteater?
No, good guess though.
An anteater?
It's actually a horse because of those hooves on his feet. Yeah, he's got like horse hooves for toes. He's got different numbers for his front foot and his back foot. Fossils of these guys are found on every continent on Earth except Antarctica. We've found tons of them here at the Great Fossil Sites. If you look down here, you can see how the boot var can be used to piece together an unfinished fossil. I know it's sad to have something unfinished, but these are 5 million years old. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, but there's no picture on the box, and half the pieces have sadly just turned to dirt over time. So we can use boot var to give us an idea for what the rest of the shape of the animal would look like. Yeah, boot var, it's kind of funny. Actual fossils are cats. Each one of those cubbies have a humidifier and a thermostat, so it can be the exact temperature and exact humidity to keep them for hopefully hundreds of years. Here's the vertebrae of our mastodon. You can look up close, by the way. But they're all organized. Like the red ones are mammal parts, the green ones are plants, the blue ones are fish, etc., etc. If you were to open that blue filing cabinet, you'd find hundreds of test tubes the size of your pinky, containing a single bone and a piece of paper saying what bone it is, what animal it's from, where we found the site, how old it is, if we have information, how we thought it died, and we have about 100 specialists come here every year to like compare findings with us. And if we come over here, you can see what we've got finished over on the jaw of our mastodon. This time in the actual form. Mastodon teeth, you can see what that looks like.
Oh yeah, it looks really similar.
Yeah. We also have a video over here of what it's like when they put it together. If you guys want to look at that after the tour.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. Well, over here we have some more findings. Not from here, but from other parts of eastern Tennessee to give you an idea of more fossils in our area. Remember how I said mammal bones have that spongy texture? If you look at this cow arm, you can see why. Because it's cut in half. And there's like a cross-hatching texture to give it some good density to support all the weight of the cow. Also, 3D scanning helps us a lot for fossils today. Take a look at this giraffe. This is like a paleontologist's worst nightmare. Imagine this is a 5 million year old skull. And it's weird because it's 5 million years old. You want to crack it open. But that's as thin as paper, and you can destroy all of it super easily. But because we now have things like special scanners, we can scan it once we dig it out and immediately have all of this in a computer, get all that information without damaging the fossil. So we can, dig in worry-free. Here's some things of prehistoric man, Neanderthals. Again, not at our site, but in other parts of eastern Tennessee. And also some forest hogs. Again, working in paleontology is incredibly difficult because you're doing a whole bunch of guesswork. And that's why it's so important for all the paleontologists in the area to be friends and network and help each other out. You can find bones like this. Does anyone have any idea what that is? It looks like a speeder from Star Wars. This thing.
Is it a whale?
No, it's not a whale.
Is it part of a woolly mammoth?
It's not. It is a mammal, though. Any more guess?
I think it's a pelvis, is all I know.
It is a pelvis of a kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Yeah. Again, out of context, it's really hard to guess all things like that. So it's nice to have other specialists from in your field study of fossils like this stuff. And archaeology is the study of human remains. Here you have some remains of early Native American people who lived right here in eastern Tennessee. Again, not at our site, but in our general area. We have some fishing hooks, some gaming pieces, some pipes, all sorts of neat things. This pottery is as close as archaeologists have to fossils because we always find it in broken fragments from the ground. Does anyone have any idea why?
Because of the pressure.
I'm sorry?
Because of the pressure and all.
That's a good guess. The reason, though, is because every time they're invaded, the first thing they would do is just break their pottery because they considered a huge insult if anybody else, especially an invader, used their pottery. You know, if my mom's good china, I'm not going to let some intruder use it. So this is just like a reproduction of what it would look like completely. As we continue down this hallway, you kids will see why I compared paleontologist digging to Minecraft. Because since they dig in such strict grid-like formations, it's pretty similar to the game in real life. Because you want to know not only what the animals we find here, but where exactly we find them. So hopefully we can find more. Here's what those bowls look like when they are unearthed from the ground. Yeah. And here's some more paleontologists in our Tennessee area putting together their fossil sites. Hey guys, that just about brings us to the end of our tour. Do you guys have any other last questions?
The 3D scanning and everything, is there like a website or anything, or is it only through like paleontology, like museums and stuff that you can access any of that?
I mean, 3D scanners become more readily available.
Oh, no, not the 3D scan, the actual scans themselves.
The top of marble pedestal. What's inside, you may ask? Pure science. Or in other words, the ashes of Nikola Tesla, a Serbian-American scientist who was the most underrated inventor of the 19th and 20th century. At a time when electricity was still a luxury, Tesla researched it independently, producing over 700 patents, contributing to every aspect of science and technology. Take his rotating magnetic field and alternative current motor. Those allow us to send power across entire nations without building substations every 1.5 kilometers, and with much less danger than old direct current methods. Though vocally deplored by the likes of Thomas Edison, electricity arrives in our homes this way, even today. Another great invention, the Telsa Coil, creates high voltage electricity at high frequency. With this, you can do cool things like powering light bulbs without wires. Basically, this idea laid the foundations for all modern wireless technologies. Today, Telsa coils are still used to ignite the gas lamps that light up the streets. Among other things, Tesla discovered the resonant frequency of the heart, invented many electric gadgets, remote control, fluorescent, and neon lights, which he then had bent into letters. He recorded radio waves from outer space and had a hand in the field of robotics. Once he built a machine that, when switched on, created an earthquake, nearly demolishing an entire neighborhood. Well, that one was a bit dangerous. Tesla was a true genius, spoke 8 languages, memorized entire books, built functional devices straight from his imagination without writing anything down. He was 200 centimeters tall, popular with the ladies, but had a lifelong dedication to science. Every day he worked from 9 to 6, stopping for dinner at exactly 8, and then resumed his work often until the middle of the night. Having been celibate for 86 years, broke and alone, Tesla passed on. Having made so much of our current technology possible, Nikola Tesla and his contributions were largely forgotten. But the legacy of true geniuses, though, never really fades, right? They just take some time off inside a gold-plated sphere in a museum in Belgrade, Serbia.
Yep.
Probably more common medicine. So in front of us we have the Tesla Coil video. This guy is plugged up to 240 volts of electricity. It's kind of like what we put our washing machine into at home. And then once I turn it on, I will convert it to 200,000 volts. So over here we have this coil right here. This is the primary coil. It's called the pancake coil. I always like to say to the kids, do you want to put maple syrup on it? I don't think so. So here we have the secondary coil. It has some, looks like some red spray paint, but it's actually 2,000 feet coil tightly wound together. We have the conductors here, so right now everything is really slow, but once I turn that machine on, it's going to start running really quick, and they're going to bounce off the bipolar coils here. In the video, they also talked about neon signs, but my neon sign's a little bit different. It's not plugged in. So during the show, if you guys like to watch, see what happens. And here we have 3 buttons. We have blue, that means that it's just plugged in, so that's why I'm this close. It's not going to shock me, it's not going to do anything. Yellow means that it's charging. I've turned in the key. That's when I would like you guys to put your headphones in. And green, just like our traffic lights, means go. So that's when the electricity is going to run back and forth. And I'll play some music. So if you guys are ready, I'll start charging it up.